that we live in a community that honors and celebrates those who protect and serve us. It's important that I think that we do this, and to all of our current officers and our dispatchers, I personally thank you. I know sometimes you have a thankless job, but not to me.
As a young boy in northwestern Ohio, I remember those phone calls in the middle of the night. And I'd hear my dad on the phone at the other end of the house, and then I'd hear the door slam, and I would hear the tires squeal, and Dad would be off. When those calls came, I'm just a kid. I don't know what's at the other end, if you will, of that phone call. But it was made apparent to me the seriousness of my dad's role when, back in the 1960s, a young state police officer was building a home that was literally next door to ours. And he stopped the car on a very routine stop for a license plate light that was burned out. And he had no way of knowing when he walked up to the side of that car that it was an escaped convict with a weapon, and he took his life.
The average citizen takes you for granted, and that's too bad. Your work goes on regardless of time of day or night, the weather conditions, traffic accidents, crowd control, traffic control, starting your court case is very important. All they say is just stop and put them. As we gather today to remember the sacrifices the officer and their families made to protect the rest of us, today we honor those who gave all. Each of you who wear the badge show the same courage every day when you show up for work.
Stuyvesant Kenneth, Officer, Fort Wayne Police Department.
Sutton Roy B. Jr., Deputy, Jefferson County Sheriff's Department.
Schwartzlander Tony, Officer, Raymond Police Department.
Suba James J., Corporal, Mishawaka Police Department.
I want to remind officers that certainly one of the things that we look at on a day-to-day basis is the idea that sometimes we're involved in situations that we certainly don't always make everyone happy. But I think that it's important for us to remember that one of the things that police officers do give society is hope.
We need to recognize that while we're at the park with our children playing or watching a softball game, there's a car that passes through that makes sure we're safe. Or if we're at the restaurant eating, there's lights and sirens that we see and hear because of a situation. And all it would take is just a simple stopping your busy life and say thank you for what you've done. A quick prayer that you could pray for safety for them and their life. And I want to say as we close this time, thank you for the men and women of this department and all throughout the county, state, and nation that have given their life so we could live lives of safety.